Okay.
Okay, so what we've got here, just so you guys are aware, we have the Sharp touch panel. It's a 60-inch touch panel running with a computer. We've got the computer over here. That's all we've got set up. There's the video feed going to it, and then the USB that's running to the computer for the touch. It is basic Windows software, so if you're comfortable with the Windows PC, you're going to be comfortable with this. I'm going to go ahead and log in here. And this is the first screen that we get. This is the touch panel launcher. So what it is we've got pre-programmed programs that are up here. And it's a one-click launch. I'm going to go into the pen software first. It's Sharp's kind of flagship program. That's their whiteboard mode. Over here is our control panel. If you ever have any questions, there used to be a question mark. So going over the icons, there's an open folder, save folder, loading a background, saving a background, printing, trash, and then your pen functions. Your pen functions are all assignable. So right now we're highlighting the first pen, which is black. If I start writing, it's a black pen. If you click on your pen, you can change it to whatever color you want, whatever size you want. And we've also got a transparent function up here if you want to add a highlighter. I'm going to keep it on black really quick just to show you guys what we've got. And then I've got a red pen. I can make a red pen. And we've got a highlighter here. If I highlight this little area, there we go. You do have multiple sheets, so if you're working with a lot of people or if you want to do a couple things at once, you can flip to the next page. And we've got some black pen here. Go to the next page, some black pen. Then we can flip between them. Or if you're working with 5, 10, 15 sheets at a time, you've got a little sheet list tab down here that shows you all the tabs that you're working with. So if we want to jump to number 3, we can jump to number 3.
How do you add a sheet?
Adding a sheet, if you're in the sheet list, there's a little add button. So depending on where you are, if you want to add one in between 4 and 5, add. It adds one right after that. So it doesn't add to the end. You can copy sheets, so if you want this one and you want to hurry and copy that, it'll create a duplicate. You can delete. You can also close it. You can load in backgrounds, like I said. The Sharp software comes with 8 preloaded images. You can make whatever image you want. It'll grab bitmaps, JPEGs, PNG files. If you've got a landscape that you want or a ground plan or something that you want to annotate on, you can load that in there. I'm going to go to the minutes and show you guys that. It does have an eraser function, which you can press eraser, or it also notices a multi-touch. So if you've got pen, oh, I'm in eraser. If you're in the pen and it's noticing one touch, it's going to draw a pen. If you wipe across that, it's going to erase it. Kind of a cool feature. So we're in the background here so that we can see it. And meeting, we're going to do training, date, today, location, Bristol, starting at noon. Started at 11, but noon's easier, right? Okay, so if we go in here, it also has typing and text recognition. So typing training, today, Bristol, and noon, it'll grab those. There's a half a second delay. So if there's a half a second between writing words, it'll group these as one word. So we've got a undo and a redo function here. If I do undo, it'll grab that word, which I hesitated after the N, so it grabbed that as a different word. Bristol. I kind of goofed up on that one. Today. And training. And again, you can redo those. You have a mouse function down here, so if you just need a pointer or a pan tool, so if you want to slide in between all of the pages that you've created, you can do that as well. Any questions so far on anything that I've gone over? Now, we've already covered a lot, but okay. Another function you've got is print. So if this is set up on your network, if you've got a network printer or a local printer or anything like that, if you get done with your presentation, you want to hand out the notes, or if you want to email them to yourself, you can do that. You can print locally. We haven't mapped a printer on this computer, but if we had a printer set up, you could print to there. You can print either one sheet or all sheets, and you can also save. So you can save the file as a whiteboard file, so if you want to bring it up and keep annotating or go over something in kind of a part 2 session, you can do that, or you can save as a PDF. So if you want to email it to someone so that they can print it out, very printer-friendly version, you can save it as a PDF.
So do you log in with your own login?
Now this computer is a generic. It does have the RDP icon on the desktop. You can log in. But all this function that you're seeing right now, you have to be outside of RDP. So
if I wanted to save a file, say I did all this on the board and I wanted to save it.
yeah, you can save it on your desktop, and you could bring it out on the USB. You can plug the USB in and copy the USB drive and we go.
Okay. Simple.
Okay, so coming out of that, if we can save and exit or exit without saving. When we exit, we go back into the launcher. So that was the pen software. We've also got a pen software overlay mode. So going into the overlay mode, we have the same function, same capability over here, but we're overlaying it on top of whatever we're doing. So right now I've got my pen that I can grab. I can annotate over here. We don't want that. If I minimize that, so we have a little overlay off button up here. If I push that, my annotations go away, but now I've got capability to come in here. If I want to load, say I want to go into an Excel sheet, or an internet browser, or whatever you've got. Say you bring up a book and you want to go through all of these, you can turn the overlay back on and all of our annotations pop up again. So if I go through and erase what I've done, or if I want to erase everything on the sheet, I can clear that, start from scratch, and then I can start annotating with whatever I'm doing. We can highlight. Highlight does take a second to recognize. So when you highlight over something and it looks like it's just drawing a pen on top of it, once you release, that'll create the transparency. You can erase all that on the sheet. And when we minimize the overlay, we can go in here and we can type today. It also has handwriting recognition. So if I open this, we get a little keyboard logo. It recognizes that we're going to be entering text. So we can either click it from there, or we also have this little window over here. That's our keyboard. And it just flicks out from the side. And it's there anytime, even if you start working and it's hidden. If you come over here, it'll notice that you've tapped in that area and that you want to open the keyboard.
Can you bring up a 10 key instead of a keyboard?
I haven't tried. There's our expanded. That I'm not sure of. I don't see it, but you can do recognition. So if I'm in this first box and you wanted to write 1, 2, 3, it'll grab that as 1, 2, 3, and you can insert that in the box. Not a 10 key, but another function. I haven't seen a 10 key.
Is there a number right there, Dalton? There you
go. A little 10 key, if that works for you. Or that's not it. So I guess that would be the only 10 key that we've got. You could make it bigger from there though. That's as big as it'll go, but there's a 10 key. Like I just went over, it does have handwriting recognition. So if you're used to handwriting, you can do it that way. There also is a pen that I should have gone over from the beginning, but there is a pen. So if you're not used to writing with your finger, in today's age of all of our phones and all that, using to swipe with your hand, it's not too difficult, but USB. Oh no, it recognizes it. We can write, and we can insert that there. Exit out of that. Oh, I don't know why it didn't grab my. There we go. So it grabbed it from there. And again, it's just PC based. So if you want to save this to a file, if you want to print it, if you want to go from there, it's a PC. All that we've added is the interface. Exit from there and I will not save. If you need to go to your desktop, if you don't like this launcher, or if there's a file you need to open or something like that, you can either add a shortcut in here for your computer so you can bring that up, or if we exit out of the display launcher, this will bring up our desktop. So there's always a way to get back to your desktop.
How would you add a shortcut into the display launcher?
In the display launcher, oh come on, there we go. So down in the settings, it'll bring up here what you want to add. And if you go into your box, right here you've got all your shortcuts. So if you created a shortcut on your desktop, or we've got my computer here, we can go local disk, and I want to, whoops.
But you couldn't pull anything from your hard drive, you'd have to put that onto a,
You can save it onto your My Document right now, and then you keep on working, and then at the end of the day, when the meeting over, and you can copy that to a USB.
Or if you had the USB plugged in, you could
Or-
definitely save from there.
Or you can just open on the RDP session and work on RDP and open everything. This will be overlay on top of the RDP.
oh, okay.
Yeah. And right
So-
now we've still got the overlay function, it's just hidden up here. As soon as we open that overlay, we can come in and start annotating on top of anything. So if you've got your guys' program, I'm guessing, if you're working with that, as long as you've started the overlay before that, or if you haven't, minimize your screen, start the overlay, and then whenever you go back into that, you just have to open it up and you can annotate from there. And if that's like a remote desktop type thing, you could remote into your computer, work from your computer. Yes?
If you're annotating over like a desktop or an internet page, you could just screenshot to save your annotations, or is there like a shortcut to screenshot your annotations and save them on whatever you're working on?
All you have to do is hit save. And if you want to save this, it grabs a PDF. So if I save that, it's saving in my documents. And if I exit out of this, cancel, cancel, and go into my documents. Oh, which one did I just save? 1231. That's not the one I was looking for. That's what I was looking
Cool.
for. So it grabs the screenshot.
Easy. Kid stuff.
And if you wanted to, if you had a screenshot that you wanted to overlay in there, you could go into the Sharp software. So now that I know where those are, I can import, show the background image, and I can find recent places. Desktop documents, libraries.
So how hard can you tap the TV?
It does have a non-copyrighted Gorilla Glass, so you can tap fairly hard. If you punch through it, you're probably going to punch through it, but you can tap fairly hard. And if I can find desktop computer local disk, public, where are my documents? Training room, my documents.
Exit.
Oh, because it won't grab a PDF. So it won't grab a, you can't import a PDF on top of this. You would have to import it as an image, but you could go and save that as a JPEG image, and then that would drop directly in here. Any questions so far?
Did you start from the very beginning when you come into the room and